Hi guys. Wow, I'm so glad it's Friday. Had a shocker of a week. It didn't begin too good. Had a massive loss on Monday. It seems that even I can mess up the simplest of trading strategies. And I'll show you what happened. So, showing the London Breakout strategy. Here on the screen we've got the Euro US, my favourite currency to trade. And I've highlighted the Asian session there, midnight to 8 o'clock UK time. I'm based in the UK. And we've got 5 minute candlestick chart here. I've put on a couple of moving averages, the blue the 6, the red the 21, and the MACD at the bottom there. Okay, simple. When London opens at 8 o'clock, the first candlestick that goes outside either way of the box, if it goes out top, you go long, goes out the bottom, you go short. So for example here, bear with me because I'm just getting used to using TradingView, but I'll highlight here. So for example, that candlestick there, that is where I would have gone short, which is what I did do short. And what I do is I set a limit order, so normally 10 to 15 pips, and I let it run. However, lately I've not been using a stop because what I find is the price can bounce back to about 12 to 15 pips and then come back in the direction that I originally wanted. And this was my downfall today. I would always advise putting a stop in. So as you can see here, it went down slightly, but then it started to go back up. And what happened was, I mean, the first initial down arrow was quite big anyway, and then we get this big spike goes up. So it already crossed there, and we're already looking at like 12 to 15 pips already. So I was hoping, as most traders do in this situation, it would come back down. Obviously it didn't, so I didn't take it till it went outside the box here. And we're looking at 34 pips, which is crazy. I should have put some sort of backstop at least of 20 pips. But then I did get back in at the trade, and I rode it all the way up. Not all the way up, but I got 14 pips back. And then a few other trades during the day that saw me right, so it wasn't too bad. As you can see, I told you I'm just getting used to TradingView. But as you can see here, it stayed like that all for the rest of the day, and then you can see it starts coming down again. So that was a big loss, 34 pips, and it was my own fault. I should have put some sort of backstop in there. Okay, this is Tuesday. This is a lot easier on the Euro US. As you can see here, I got in here, just there, rode it up for the maximum there, 14 pips, and you can see it starts coming back down again. Crosses the moving averages cross. Same with the MACD. If you look down here, I'll just point out the MACD at the bottom there. But as you can see here, then it starts going back up again. As I say, it's not all those pips that I missed. It was that big losing trade that I had. Oh, and here we go again. I'll get used to using this eventually. And then Wednesday, we go across to Wednesday. Wednesday was another winning trade. There's the Asian session 5-minute candlestick chart. And I wait for it to go outside the box. So maybe I could have got in earlier here, but I don't. I wait for it to go outside the box. And I've got another thing, it's 12 to 14 pips. I could have got more because you see it's gone all the way up the top there before it starts coming back down and moving averages across again. But yeah, no, I was happy with that. Oh, see, it keeps doing that. Move it across. And then it was Thursday. So Thursday, what happened on Thursday was, look at the Asian session here, Euro USD. See, it's very much up and down. Didn't really break outside the box. Made another big mistake here. What I did was I went across to the pound US, and I was actually on another chart looking at the 1 minute time frame, and I thought the price was going to go back up. So by the time I come back to this chart here, and I see it, you get this big candlestick here. That should be a warning to me, like on the obviously on the other trade that I did, that maybe it's a false breakout. And it would have gone down by about 5 pips, but I got in late, and then of course it starts going back up. But unlike last time, soon it didn't move quite as fast as the last losing trade. So as it started to come back up here across the moving average, I just went out for 14 pips. I hadn't set a stop again, which I probably should have. I should have learnt my lesson from Monday, but I think Monday was yeah, pretty unusual. But then on Friday today, today on Friday, I stuck with the pound US. If you watch my previous videos, you know I'm not a big fan of trading the pound US, so I don't know why I suddenly changed on Thursday, but I'd stuck to my original plan. It's all about consistency. And today I got in here. It broke out the box, rode it up for 14 pips. As you can see, it started coming back down again, so I got out just before, but obviously the end did go up, so I could have got a lot more pips before it then crossed back down again. But you know, it's not missing out on those pips that's affected my account. It's literally, oh, here we go again. It's literally, I'll get used to it eventually, guys. It's literally that big losing trades, managing your losing trades rather than worrying about, you know, the pips that you miss out on. If you can get, I say it's a very mechanical system. I set the limit order for 10, maybe 12 pips. In this case, it was 12 pips. Sometimes it's 10. Sometimes they take 5. But it was the losing trade. So today is NFP day. It happens first Friday of every month, and it's the employment figures that come out. And you go to forexfactory.com. You've got these red boxes here, and it comes out at 1:30 UK time. So you tend to avoid it because what happens is, if I show you here, you get this big. You see the big green candlestick here. Which is frightening. So a lot of traders will avoid NFP. Some traders won't even trade any of the whole day. So that one trade was good enough for me. So yeah, you can find out on Forex Factory usually what's happening. And the figures were actually not particularly good for the US dollar. Employment change was slightly low, didn't get as many jobs as they'd hoped, and the employment rate is slightly higher at 4.1. So, but say even if you guess the right direction, you know, you get this big variation, this big volatility just on that candlestick alone in 5 minutes. So if you look to my last 30 days, as you can see here, 62% win. Get my teeth in, 62% win rate, 1.2 return rate, which means I'm making money. Okay, profit loss ratio is 0.93, which isn't good. It means my losses are slightly higher, and that's because you can see that big red candlestick, and that was because of Monday's trade. And it was a stupid trade. And as I say, it's not about missing out on the pips, you know, more pips I could have won on the trade. It's literally, if I just controlled that, so I guess I'm about break even this week, but you know, if I just controlled that trade that happened on Monday, oh, what am I doing again? You see, just doing some. If I literally just controlled that trade, I'm just messing about now. Then right, we'll stop there. If I'd controlled that trade, oh, obviously this is live at the moment. This is what, 4:51 on Friday afternoon. So as I say, I just did that one trade today, about break even for the week. But yeah, it's about controlling your losing trades. One trade can undo all the hard work. It's consistency, and you know, even now I still make those mistakes. So yeah, my advice is always put a stop loss in, and always, you know, there are always more trades you can take. You know, more trades that you can win on. So you know, don't get wound up on losing one trade. If it's not going in the direction, cut it. Because I've had this happen before, and yet I still don't learn my lesson. So anyway, about break even for the week. So you know, I got it back, but you know, even on a simple strategy like this, it's about controlling your emotions, controlling your losing trade. So yeah, we'll see what happens next week. Have a good weekend, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.